This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
A special guest in the studio.
I know.
Here performing in Death of a Salesman.
Yep.
The one, the only Australian cultural icon, national treasure. Is that too much?
No,
Yeah,
no,
too
no,
much.
it's not
Anthony
enough.
Too much. There's a lot to
LaPaglia.
live up to because
Hello,
all you can
Anthony.
go from there is down.
Oh, I
Anthony
forgot
LaPaglia.
Jonathan's brother as well. There's that too.
Can I say, I know
There
you.
you
I know.
go. Now you've leveled it down.
I know you're Australian. I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
your brother, right? So I know all
Do you?
about
Hey,
it.
I'm your brother.
Yeah, yeah. So we
We've seen him on Survivor.
like
We've interviewed
Survivor.
him a fair few times, yeah.
Yeah.
So we know who you are, but every time you speak in an Australian accent comes out, it surprises me.
Yeah.
Even though I know you're Australian, just because you merge into any character you do, and
Yes.
and you seem like so. Say if it was someone from the Bronx, you feel like it feels like you've lived there for
You
your entire
embody
life.
it.
You embody different cultures
Yeah, it's
and
called,
language.
It's called acting.
No, but like we don't see that much anymore.
Not everybody's as good at it as you
No,
are.
no. Well, I come from a different era.
Are you a method era? Are you the method
Yeah,
people? Yeah,
I am. But method is a much misinterpreted school of acting.
Yeah.
Which I learned from the best people who taught method. It's really simple. My method teacher said to me, if you believe it, everybody else will believe
Yeah,
it.
right. Yeah.
The trick is for you to believe it.
That's
Yes.
right. And we've all come across those people that believe their own bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah, so listen, I know a lot of people that should be actors.
Yeah.
They've created a narrative for themselves that's
Yes.
just complete bullshit.
Yeah.
And they've said it so. You can say things to yourself so much that you actually believe them.
Yes.
It's just what I do basically for a living.
Yeah.
So I know it's possible.
Wow. So it is.
And
so,
now you
so
add psychopath
believing
into
it.
that.
Yes.
Yes.
Like there's some of these people.
Yeah.
They actually don't think they're lying. They actually think that
Yeah, they genuinely
they've told
believe
the
what
lie
they're
so many
saying.
times. It's
Yeah.
now the truth.
I think so many women have been with a cheater, and so many men as well that have convinced themselves that they're not doing anything wrong, and they've written their own narratives. So out of the word of acting,
Cheating is one of those things, though. I think it's different.
Yeah.
I think that one haunts you a little bit.
Yeah,
It's very
right.
hard to convince yourself of another narrative. When there's photos and stuff. And
I mean, yes.
yeah.
That could be the giveaway.
It's not good. Not good.
Death of a Salesman is one of
I'm
those
just
people.
saying, I have friends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
yeah,
we
no,
all do.
yeah,
We all
we've
do.
heard, we've
We all
heard.
do. Death of a Salesman is one of those things that I've always known about, but I don't know anything about.
So it's an all-time classic, obviously.
Does
Arthur
a
Miller play.
salesman die? Honestly.
He does.
Okay, great.
And I gave away the end of the play. Oh, no. But unfortunately, there's many other things till we get there. It kind of means it in the physical sense, but there's a metaphorical. It's more about it's more about the death of the American dream,
Yeah.
or it's not even just the American dream.
Yeah.
It's the dream of having your kids do better than you.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
That
And
dream.
kind
I
of
think most
sucking at being a
most
father
kids
a
of
bit,
my
yeah?
I don't know what parents are like now, but my parents were immigrants.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so Australia for them was a new opportunity, and they wanted me to do better than them,
Yes.
even if I didn't want to.
Oh, yeah.
I think
that's-
you might have nailed it.
And that's the straight. Well, my father's passed away now, but probably 8 or 9 years, and I don't think even up to the end, he never kind of acknowledged with me.
Really?
Nah, he couldn't.
Really?
No, but
Because he
he
was so
would have
against it in the
believed
beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Then.
He said,
You're
"But-
throwing away your
"Oh
a
yeah,
good
what
job
are you
and,
doing?"
But,
Yeah.
but 9 years ago, so your dad would have seen
Yeah.
you get to the pinnacle
You
of
were
where you
still
are.
very successful 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Like-
He
like,
just
so-
never
But he would
verbalised
never.
it to you.
But he could
Wow.
not. I have some funny stories about him. Like the first time, I started to do well, and I'd bought a house out in Connecticut.
Yeah.
It was on a beautiful lake and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so I brought him out there, and I remember him just standing in the front yard looking at the house, and then he came and sat next to me on the veranda.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the lake, and he goes, how much do they pay for this acting stuff? and I said,
I got lake money, Dad.
and I said, you don't want to know. Trust me, you don't want to know. And he said, no, I really want to know. I really want to. So at that time, I told him what it was, and he just disappeared down into the basement of that house, and he built like he's very good with his hands. So
Yeah.
and he was a mechanic, and he built workshop for me downstairs.
Did he?
Yeah. Like a work desk, a work thing and place to put the tools and all that stuff. He was
That's
just
how
gone
he
for 2 days.
processed that sort
That's
of
how he
information.
processed that number. And he just went downstairs quietly and built me this thing. And then came upstairs and was like,
And then gave you an invoice for
I
$2 million.
can't, no, he would never do that. But yeah, it's so not his world.
Yes.
I think it was very hard for him. I think on a different trip, I put them on the set once.
Yeah.
And I did a take and I was talking to the director. And I came back to talk to them, and my father goes, "Who's that bloke?" And I go, He's the director of the film. He's in charge of everything." I go, "Yeah." He
I love your dad.
He's like, "What's he talking to you for?"
What are you talking to him? Because I'm the star of it.
I said, because he wants my opinion on something.
Yeah.
And we're discussing whatever, and he goes, he just makes a face and goes like he doesn't believe it.
That's the classic.
It's very funny.
You know,
But not just
yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
I think about it. But he's
What
the
does it listen to?
father. He's the father of you and your brother. And you're thinking, I know my parents, when they're out, people come and go, "Oh, you're Nathan's parents." And they have 1,000 questions. So did your dad ever get that from other people? Because he
I don't
seems like
know.
really disconnected.
I don't know.
From-
My mother said that he was more proud of it, like when he was in front of me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
wow.
he had posters of my movies and stuff.
yeah.
that I didn't know.
Oh.
So he was engaged with it, but
He
yes,
was,
it's difficult
but
for
he
to
was.
say it to you.
But
to
he,
your
you know,
face.
his favourite.
love
I love
that.
doing my dad because he was hilarious. My youngest brother Jonathan,
Yeah.
he's the only one that fulfilled my father's dream and became a doctor.
Okay.
Right? He wanted
And you've got so successful family.
Me and my other brother, Michael, we're supposed to be. One was supposed to be a lawyer, and another one's supposed to be something else.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to be a lawyer, or
Supposed
whatever.
to be.
And so I listen to my dad. People come over and go, "Hey, Eddie, how your son's going?" I'll be out of earshot.
yeah.
You go, because my brother Michael was working with him.
Yeah.
So I say, "Oh, Michael's doing great. He's working with me in the business. Jonathan's gone to medical school," and then stop. And
And that other loser.
they go, "Well, what about Anthony?" And he go,
Oh, what?
sitting by his lake.
Go to your local cinema and see what he's up to.
Yeah, he was just sort of big. No, but to be fair, I mean, for 10 years, it took me about 10 years to get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there
Yes.
was no visible, for him, it was just this 8-9 year period of
Yes.
like I disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And he didn't know whether I'd been sold into the slave
slavery,
trade
yeah.
or.
So what was his vibe once Jonathan went into TV? That must have been a slap
No,
in
it
the
was
face.
easy then for him
Yeah.
because
You'd blaze the
He
trail.
had a decade of disappointment with him.
he had a decade of disappointment. Plus, my brother became a doctor.
Yes.
And
Oh,
so,
so-
so he
Oh, so
fulfilled
you had
my
to fall
father's-
back on.
Fall back on.
Yeah, of course. So, just in case it doesn't work out.
Did you
And,
ever play a doctor? Because that would have...
No. I don't think my brother's ever played a doctor even.
That's funny.
Maybe.
What have you never played that you would like to play?
Oh. Well, I always think, some actors live in a world that's unrealistic.
Yeah.
I'd like to play any role that Ryan Reynolds plays, but I'm not
Sure.
gonna.
I'd love to see you
You
with
would-
Deadpool.
you'd be a
Yeah,
great
I'd love to be.
Deadpool.
I'd love to be in Deadpool, but that suit's going to look a lot different.
I'm okay with
So the burn victim part's fine. I can do that.
What is like a
But
little
that's
stretch?
just. But there's nothing. What I really look for.
Yeah.
Look, I made a decision a long time ago that I was just going to go. I wasn't going to try and repress aging
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a lot of actors
yes.
do.
Yes.
I thought I'm just going to go with it, like as I go, grow,
So
I
it's
go,
because
grow.
things in
It's
life
not a
and
natural
stories.
beauty we're looking at.
Well, yeah, thank
Well,
you.
well, stories happen to every age group, don't
Yeah.
they? So
Right,
really.
and so I also was working on the odds, which were the older I get, the more my competition drops out.
So survival, just
year,
survival.
year by
Survival.
year.
Just
But
live
hey,
longer
it
than
could be me as well.
Yes, that's true.
But the guy, there's been 3 or 4 people that I've competed with that have, unfortunately, they're friends of mine as well.
Yeah.
That unfortunately have passed the torch on.
Yeah.
But it's what happens when you turn 65.
Who
Two
is
things
it that
happen.
when
They try
you-
to cancel you.
Yeah.
They try to cancel your Medicare, and your friends start dropping off.
So when you go to an audition now, I don't know if you still have to go to
No,
an
I
audition. Is there
No.
somebody that if they're there, you're like, oh no, they're going to get it, or is everybody
That
looking
used
at
to
you?
happen when I was young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's like if I have to go to an audition,
Yeah.
I really think it through. If the director's 33,
Yeah,
he's never seen anything I've ever done.
Yeah.
And so I'm going in.
Doing a TikTok dance and trying to get his attention.
Unless I'm exactly. You got it right. And I'm not. I have no presence on social media.
Yeah.
Nothing. So I generally say no.
Yeah.
Hey, doesn't it blow your mind right now that TikTok stars, and these are people that you would never have heard of, are getting movie deals? They're not actors. They're getting movie deals based on their followers, on their follower count.
Because there's 6 million
And you're
people
gonna
who are
get- and
automatically
you're gonna
going
get-
and the
Exactly.
movies are horrendous.
You're going to get exactly those movies.
But the ratings for those movies are huge because all the people that follow these TikTok people are watching them. So there's people that don't know the art producing rubbish
once. Yeah.
once. And it's a big money thing, but
Once.
it's happening
Do you know
so
what the,
much
do you know what the
more.
deal is? Do you know it's not that different from being in the movies without being on TikTok.
Yes.
You basically, when you start, you get 3 shots.
Yeah, okay.
You get 3 shots at studio movies, and if no,
Oh, really?
if all three
Fail?
fall through, you're done.
That's it.
Your next stop
No one
is
will
back
hire
to
you.
TikTok.
Yeah,
But
right.
they probably make enough money on TikTok anyway.
Yeah.
So,
oh, mate.
but isn't it funny that like no one's happy with? They think that success somewhere else is going to be different. That the success on TikTok, they want to be legitimised
Yeah.
somehow
Yeah.
by doing movies, and all they're doing is, for them. I'm not saying nobody can act, but I'm pretty sure nobody can act from that pool, because it actually
Or
takes.
they would be.
Or there would be.
That'd be actually.
Sometimes there's an idiot savant that can do
Yes.
it, but there's very few of those. And I don't blame them for giving it a go.
No. Well,
No.
You know, you've got a shot.
Why not? They're trying to make hay.
Yeah.
But their fans are not going to go a second time if it's really bad. And in fact, they might lose some fans.
Yeah.
They like them in short
Sellouts.
bursts.
Yes.
Listen, I'm friends with Chaz Parmentary, and he's got a great thing. He says, Anthony, some actors are 5-minute heads, some actors are 10-minute heads, some actors are 20-minute heads, and some actors are full movie heads. That actor, he's a 10-minute head. He's good for 10 minutes, and you don't want to see him anymore.
We're Radiohead, so how low on the scale are we?
And I think there's such a thing as overexposure.
Yeah. Oh, there
And
is.
I think like the amount of exposure they must get, I don't even know. I'm such a dinosaur. I'm sure they got like what 80,000 followers or
Oh,
800,000.
millions.
A million
Millions.
followers. All right.
Millions.
Listen, that's 80,000.
I know, you're like, there couldn't be a number bigger than that.
80,000.
On the internet.
80,000. You're not even getting like a tin plaque
I know.
from YouTube, are you?
No.
You're not even getting the tin plaque. So I just count on the fact that there really are no major influences on TikTok that are 65. Maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got much competition there.
No, I think you'll be right.
There is this guy on TikTok, actually. He's my dad's doppelganger. My dad and him look exactly the same. My friend sent me a video once, and it's this older bloke, and my dad's 70 now, 71, I think. So it's an older bloke, and he gets done up in all this like proper fashion, like the GQ magazine fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he's sort of spotted around at fashion shows. Anyway, it is the splitting image of my father, and this guy has now got a huge following, just wearing clothes and being old.
Your dad should just get some clobber and
My dad's got clothes and he's old.
just get him to walk around
he's got a
Perth
10-minute
with a monocle.
Yes!
got
Just
a
make
10-minute
it
head.
A monocle and a
Good to go.
G-banger. It'll be like
Okay.
Kanye's missus.
That's right. He could be Monocle Man.
Yeah.
We just made up a
There you
character
go.
for him.
Monocle
Now
man.
you're
Monocle
talking.
Man,
Now you're
your dad.
talking.
Yes.
Get him on there. I
This
bet
is
he
good.
blows up right away.
Do you want a percentage?
Yeah,
Of course you
2%.
do.
It was Anthony
Cheap.
No,
LaPaglia's
hey,
idea.
but I'm
We heard
better.
it.
I only want 2%. Most people want 10, 14.
I know. What is the current rate for managers? Is it?
It could be anything from 10 to 20.
Do they deserve it?
No. Not at all. They deserve 10 most. 5. Really.
Yes.
5. Because you're doing all the work, mate.
Yeah.
They can set up the meeting, but I got to go in there and do the talking. Or sometimes they're not required at all.
Yeah.
At my age, I'm like a request business.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm referral.
Yep.
People have worked with me before.
Yes.
They go, oh, yeah. Let's see
So
if Anthony's
basically, it's
free.
just administrative with you, isn't
It
it?
is administrative and a bit of support if something's not going right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Have
They
you
can-
ever
they
rocked
can
up?
have their difficult conversations if things are
Yeah,
pear-shaped.
if you're working with a director and you're not, there's some conflict or somebody's chipping you out of your money after you finish
Or
doing
the
the movie.
catering's awful.
No, I don't really worry about that so much. I'm not really...
Yeah.
Like,
You're old school.
the perks don't really matter that much. I mean, they shouldn't be
Yeah.
shit, but
Yeah, you should be able to eat
they
it.
should be edible.
They're not going to make you swim in the Seine. Or
Okay,
anything.
is like say a assorted array of sandwiches. Is that okay? Like some eggs.
So
and
in Australia,
chicken.
right? Okay, so in Australia, to me, acceptable is party pies,
Yes.
sausage rolls, good. If you like pasties, good for you.
Yeah,
You
I
can
like
have
pasties.
them. I think nice fresh cut sandwiches are good.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
And some scones here and there.
And it's assorted creams.
just make sure it's coffee's hot. That's all. And the water's hot for the tea.
Okay, you're at the assorted sandwiches, right?
Yeah.
Is chicken salad?
Yeah, go on.
Is that
Ham and cheese.
And there's always an egg. Which one are you going for?
I'm probably going for the chicken salad, but if it's
I'd go for the egg.
if it's a good egg sandwich,
I love an egg
brilliant.
sandwich. Don't you think so?
Yeah, it's got to be on white bread though.
And it's not trendy anymore to love egg sandwiches.
No.
Oh.
But it's got to be on like old-fashioned white tip-top bread.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
not
can't
this-
fancy it
I
up.
don't
It has to be
want-
mixed with praise mayonnaise.
I don't want. Yeah.
There can't be a grain or a seed near it.
No. Yeah, no. You're right, actually. But I don't mind a chicken salad. Although, if it looks grey, I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah.
Some chicken salad looks grey in the sandwich. You go, how long has that been there? That chicken's been dead for like a year.
That's the George Clooney of chicken.
Looks like they
Look at he's
dug it up.
completely silver fox. It's completely grey.
He's looking good though, old George.
You and George would be going for the same sort of roles. wouldn't you?
No.
No, but
Well, George is like major. He's a major star.
Yeah,
mate.
but like that age group, who's now the people that you are pitted against in your age group that are your peers from your
well,
sort of world?
it would have been like, Ray Liotta, but he was a good friend. He passed
yeah,
away
wow,
recently.
yeah, he did.
So I think Ray and John Turturro sometimes, although John's brilliant.
Yes.
But he's brilliant. He is brilliant. Yeah. Who else is left from that crowd?
It's just you now. It's just you.
You're going to get all the work.
Yeah, it's starting to come. I just need a few more grey hairs.
Was there a shift from being leading man to father of the main character to grandfather of the main character?
Grandfather comes very quickly.
Does it?
Grandfather
Yeah.
comes at 47.
Oh, does it?
Oh, yeah.
So you could be leading man at 46 with a 23-year-old love interest
Yeah.
to grandfather
Or-
at 47.
Or you can be a grandfather.
And what does that do to you?
Right.
What does that do to you? You are very accepting, but does that freak some people out?
Listen, I've never thought about my age
Yep.
at all.
Yep.
I've never bothered me. And part of it was just that, like, life was just happening so
Yeah.
fast
Yeah.
that the next time I turned around and really looked was when I was about 59 or 60. So from the age of 20 up to
Yeah.
there, everything was like, me trying to get a career, me getting a career, me trying to hang on to a career, me out the greasy pole, sliding
Yes.
down the greasy pole.
Take it as it comes.
Me screwing it
Ride
up,
the wave.
me ruining a couple of marriages. Just life.
Yeah.
Right? And then when it all slowed down a bit, I was, I went, 60. That's all right, good 40 yet.
Yeah.
40 left.
I'm alive.
And then when I turned 65, Screen Actors Guild
Yeah.
sent me a letter saying, we're cancelling your medical. The day after I turned 65. And I've been paying into that guild for 40 years. And I just went on the warpath. I got it back.
So what was the
Got it back.
reason? You
I said,
you don't need it anymore.
This woman said to me, are you a pensioner? I went, no,
I am a pensioner.
I'm not a fucking pensioner. I still fucking work. Are you a pensioner? She said, but sir, you're 65. I said, stop saying that. I don't care. It's a number,
Still paying taxes.
Don't make someone answer the phone. That would just be a pile of dust.
Yeah, it's like, she was picking out my grave for me. It was, anyway, fuck her.
That is no much.
So you got it back.
I got it back. Because
you
I
did.
just went, you know
And
what?
she doesn't work there
This
anymore.
is bullshit. No. I had to go above her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because she's just doing what she's told.
Yeah.
65, cut him off.
Yeah.
So I went above her and I said, I'm sure I'm not the only 65-year-old you're cutting off.
Yes.
And you know what? And I'll take this out wide.
Yes.
I'll take this out wide.
I mean, not on TikTok.
No, don't think. Nah. But guess who is on TikTok?
Who?
My daughter.
No.
Yeah, and she's on all the other ones.
Yeah.
And she's got a good following.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I totally abuse that.
Yeah, great. I mean,
not?
no, use
I have
it.
I have an entry point. My daughter's 21 and she's hooked up to all that stuff.
So like, literally, when you want to promote anything like Death of the Salesman, she's doing a TikTok dance, and you're just walking past the post from the back.
No, I haven't done that one, but I might talk to her about it.
Yeah. Just a hat floats past.
Yeah. No, it's usually me getting a text saying, my rent is due.
Oh, yeah.
Can you please pay it? Me going, you're 21.
Yeah. Who is this?
You're 21 now.
Death of the Salesman, I feel like as a proper actor, which you are, you've learnt this script 20 years ago and you remembered it. Are you ready, locked and ready to go?
You know what? It's a weird thing is that when I do something, after I finish with it, it's like I wash it out.
Oh, mate, these shows every day.
Same.
We can go to the shop afterwards and say, "Oh, what you said this morning on the show is funny." I don't have a clue what they're talking about.
Well, I don't remember anything. People will quote. Come at me with quotes from different movies,
And
I'll be like, "What are you talking
There's
about?"
no muscle memory.
That's from Burn. And I go like, "Oh, really? I said that? I don't remember because I'm just not.
You need
that
the brain space.
Well, I'm not that smart.
Yeah, the new stuff goes in.
I need the space, and I just.
You need
also
operating memory.
translates into life.
Yeah.
I don't live in the past that much.
Yeah.
I've trouble even remembering a lot of it.
Yeah, right.
Because I've never thought of myself as old until people started pointing out. And they need to stop it. It's like you try poncing around on stage for 3 hours. See how you do.
Poncing.
Yeah.
It is hard to ponce. I've done it for a while.
You try poncing around 7 times a week.
If you want to see Anthony LaPaglia poncing around the stage, it's Willie Loman and Death
I'm
of the
throwing out the
Salesman.
challenge. Anyone that wants to ponce around on stage for 2 hours?
And you're doing for 2 weeks, 2 solid weeks, 7 days a week.
Wow,
7,
that's
2 shows on Tuesday,
That's a
2 shows on
Beyonce
Saturday.
Knowles effort.
Yeah. He's poncing hard.
Beyonce puts a bit more effort in.
Tickets from Ticketmaster.
Tiny bit.
Her knees are better, you know.
They are now.
How are your knees? Your knees all right?
No, they're very terrible.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what
makes
happens,
poncing
mate.
difficulty.
That's what happens, mate. Everything
If I
goes.
drop this pen, could you pick it up?
You can kick it
Now
out.
pick it up slower.
I would just flick it up with my feet. You learn. I probably do it with my teeth.
Tickets from Ticketmaster. It's going to be amazing. I'm coming opening night. I will see
Great.
you
Come backstage
then.
afterwards. Come and say
can't
hello.
wait. It's going to be a ripping show.
All right. I can't wait to do it.
Alison White is your co-star too, who
She's
is an
the
amazing
best.
actress.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yep.
We got most of the cast from Sydney coming.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
they'll all be poncing.
There'll be a lot of. If you can ponce around for 3 hours,
Solid
you
poncing.
let me know.
Professional poncer, Anthony LaPaglia.
right,
That was
Thank you.
so good. I'm
Thank
so
you.
excited.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.